on the blue track and in the field for this third morning session. And look, we have a bit of blue sky this morning. Officially overcast, but a little bit of sun is breaking through finally for our third day of athletics. But in no way has the action been downcast here so far. We've got 7 finals in the opening session. Lots of evening finals, around 20 later on today. We've got 3 finals on the track this morning and 4 in the field.
Yes, the 4 field events. The men's discus F56, Leonardo Diaz going for a 3rd consecutive Paralympic title in that men's discus. Women's shot put F54, world record holder Yang Li-wan backing up from a London gold medal as well. Women's shot put F20, 4-time world champion Eva Derska is in that one. And the men's long jump, well, we've never been disappointed by the long jump competition here. Another good one today. Big field of 12 in the men's T12. Wide open event. And again, the lower tier on the far side filling with locals on a pretty warm Saturday morning in Rio. And the men's discus F56 with a field of 11. Trying to propel those discs as far as they can. But Leonardo Diaz, bottom of the list there, with the best record of those in this competition, a 44.92 season best. That is the field. Victoria of Mexico, 38.70 season best. And Batista dos Santos of Brazil, last man in the field there, a very strong chance with a personal best of 46.61. Now, if he cares to throw that today, he could scatter the field. Johnny Williams of the United States there, 7th in Doha. And Claudini Batista dos Santos will be carrying local hopes. So sending a message back home to the loved ones. And we have women's shot put F54 happening simultaneously. Fadila Nafati of Tunisia, first to compete. She was 7th in London and 4th in Lyon. But Yang Li-wan, certainly the one to beat in this. Paralympic champion, world champion. The best of 7.90, which is the world record. And there she is, bottom of the field, number 8, Fadila Nafati of Tunisia. The best of 6.80. First competitor in the chair. So competitors from Brazil, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Tunisia, Mexico, Czech Republic, Colombia and China in this women's shot put F54. Hania Aida of Tunisia, a good chance with a best of 7.11. She might be chasing the silver medal. It's difficult to see who might beat Yang Li-wan. Here she is from Xixi, 38 years of age now. Set the world record in April this year at 7.90. That was at home in Beijing. So there's always lots to watch when there are field and track events happening simultaneously. The big screen at the venue certainly helps those who are here. We'll be doing our best to feed you the pick of the action at the engine hour on day 3 of the track and field, where once again plenty of yellow and green shirts in the crowd. Traffic a little easier as we made our way to the venue this morning. They know about traffic in this town, Will.
Helps that it's a Saturday morning.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 a.m. local time, and bottom tier filling up very, very capably right around the stadium, almost full over on the far side, the back straight, and behind the finish line as well. Crowds have been quite strong all week to date. Now I'm putting sun cream on whether you like it or not. The sun's coming out. Oh, hello.
Sunscreen's always a good idea.
First round action of the men's 100 meters T11. This is complete visual impairment. There are 5 heats overall. And the Paralympic record holder, the former world and Paralympic champion, does go in this in the form of Lucas Prado of Brazil. Also Lex Gillette, the reigning world champion in the long jump, who won silver here in the Paralympic Games long jump last night. So there's a big cheer coming for Lucas Prado. 3 golds in Beijing 2008 and in the 2011 Worlds. He's the twice world champion. Over 100 meters, he's won 5 world golds and 3 Paralympic golds, 1, 2 and 4 in 08. Lane 3 for Indonesia, it's Abdul Halim Dalamunte and his guide Emmanuel Permana Anjar. Bronze in the 1 and the 4x1 in the Asian Games in 2014. Lane 5, the reigning world champion in the long jump and silver medalist, as I say, last night in the same event. It's Lex Gillette of the United States alongside Wesley Williams. Lane 7 for Angola, Jose Chamalea of Angola. His guide is Nicolau Palança. 6th in the 400, 9th in the 100 in the World Championships in Doha last October. And Lucas Prado's guide is Adalto Ricardo. Very successful career Lucas Prado has had. Silver in the 1 and the 4 at London 2012 as he was dethroned in both and finished 4th in the 200 meters, having won gold in all of those in Beijing. And then subsequently when the World Championships were revived in Christchurch in 2011. So it's Prado in 1, Halim Dalamunte 3, Gillette 5, Chamalea 7. It's only the winner that goes through, plus the next 7 fastest to the semi-finals. Oh, false start in 7 by Chamalea. I think it was the athlete that did that. We've only had 1 disqualification for a false start, which was Jordan Howe in the semi-final in one of the cerebral palsy categories yesterday. They are strict IAAF rules, and I'm sorry to say that Chamalea and Palança have been disqualified for that. At least Palança is also in the 200 and the 400, so he didn't make the journey for nothing. So we're down to 3 then, with Chamalea disqualified for the false start. And it may be T11, it may be complete visual impairment. But if the athlete false starts, as you see, it is a red card. So it's Prado in 1, Halim Dalamunte in 3, and Lex Gillette in lane 5. So away they go, the second time of asking. Very good start by Lex Gillette. He is a much better long jumper than a sprinter. Prado's now taking up the initiative. He'll win for Brazil, will he? Oh, it might just have been pipped on the line, I think, by Halim Dalamunte. I think Prado went slightly early. Halim Dalamunte might just have got him on the line for Indonesia. There'll be a big cheer if the Brazilian gets it, but he has it. Halim Dalamunte takes it by 0.02 of a second. 11.62. Prado in second place. Gillette in third. Very tight. Hallam Delamonte realizes now, and he's very happy.
Well, the further bad news for Lucas Prado is I think he may have injured himself in the last few meters. He's pulled up quite lame, and we'll sort of check his progress from here on in. But the three, well, it was a blanket finish, really. A nice start from Prado on the inside. Looked to have a slight lead at this stage, and then Hallam Delamonte came at him.
Injured there.
Yes, and Gillette in third position, so it was just 5 strides from the finish, and he's starting to pull up with that strain. Prado driving to the line, Hallam Delamonte in 11:62, which is a personal best for Abdul Hallam Delamonte. And now you see the awkward running style of Prado affected by what seems to be an injury to his right ankle or knee, certainly favouring that side. So plenty of drama in the opening heat with a disqualification and an injury.
Hallam Delamonte wins at 11:62. Prado would have won otherwise, 11:64, and Gillette third, 11.68. And the guide had to be aware, had to pull back. Had he crossed the line first, obviously, they both would have been disqualified. So Prado certainly would have won had he not had that problem with just about 5 meters to go. Second heat features the European champion from Grosseto in June, Timothée Adolphe of France, the Parisian, former gold ball international for France. That's a good field. Here's Xavier Porres, who, like Lex Gillette, an excellent long jumper. He's the European champion in that. Di Dongdong of China from Shenyang. Major medal in the 100 meters for him in Doha in October. And Miran Sakhatov, he's a major championship medalist as well. He's alongside Jaladin Kamrokolov, representing Uzbekistan, based in Tashkent.
So this the second heat in the men's T11 100. And we hope for a little less drama than we had in the first, and that everyone gets through it without injury and without disqualification.
Yeah, Timothée Adolphe here. Gold in the 2 and the 4 at the European Championships in Swansea, and gold in the 1 and the 2 then in Grosseto. This is Di Dongdong. Bronze in the 100 meters at the World Championships in Doha. 4th in the 4x1 and went out in the heat to the 2. This is his strongest event, 21 years old, and his guide is Wang Li. Here's Xavier Porres, the reigning European long jump champion. 6th in the long jump here last night. Enrique Martin Penades is his guide. Here's Timothée Adolphe now, the reigning European 100 and 200 champion. Bronze in the 4, Geoffrey Jean, his guide. Double gold medalist at the Europeans in Swansea in 2014 as well. And this is Miran Sakhatov of Uzbekistan. Silver in the 4x1. He is the Asian Games champion in that same event. Individually, silver in the 2 and the 4 in Incheon. Well, Di Dongdong is the fastest personal best, but Timothée Adolphe the fastest season's best. Only the winner goes through. Porres, Adolphe, Sakhatov. this time. It was a little wobble on the blocks of Boris, but he's okay. And look at T11 go, and Timothy Adolph's flying as well. It's going to be very tight between these two. Only the winner to make it, and the winner was Adolph. 11.12 was very fast. Adolph ending up in the deck, but he just got there ahead of D. Jeffrey Jean guided him brilliantly. I thought there's been rounded down to 11.11. It's really tight between the two, but Timothy Adolph gains that for France by a tenth from D.
Two cracking finishes in the opening heats, and Adolph just able to catch D on the line. And 11.11 is 3/10 better than his season's best. So again, evidence clear that this is a quick track and the athletes have arrived in good form. But a wonderful start from D Dong Dong on the inside in lane one. Porras left a little behind at the start. Now Timothy Adolph and guide Jeffrey John find their stride and thrusts himself at the line, Timothy Adolph, and ends up on the deck. But it's all to the good as he comes across in 11.11. 11.21 for D Dong Dong, which is a personal best, and a personal best also from Sakatov across in 11.87. So that's the first time he's gone under 12 seconds.
It was a great dip actually in the end, and you know, Jeffrey John had to pull himself back very quickly just to make sure he didn't get there ahead of Timothy Adolph. It's a new European record, that 11.11. Comfortable margin between the two in the end. And, a little tumble, but nothing hurt but his pride.
Well, maybe except for the left shoulder. Yes.
So European record for Timothy Adolph. All the ones. D Dong Dong 11.21 lifetime best for him, and for Sakatov in third.
Quite a glary morning. It's a bit more sun than we've had in the opening couple of days. Clouds dispersing. Fans of all ages here, making the most of the weekend. Brazil, Rio, embracing the first opportunity to host a Paralympic Games. Getting the message of what this competition is about, what these athletes can do. It really doesn't take long for the idea to sink in that it's about ability, not disability. Come and see what these athletes can do.
Well, definitely the attention's been rising. There's always been a great awareness, certainly in the past decade, of parasport here. I was here for an event in January in one of the main sports magazines, which normally deals with football, had a huge 6-page feature on Teresina Guillemina, almost exclusively about her, and then a few additional columns about other athletes. But for an athlete of her standing to take such a huge amount of a major magazine as that here is a very positive sign.
You know, there's no garment that can't be worn that won't be improved by a bit of green and yellow, I think, especially in Brazil.
Heat 3 of the men's 100 metres T11, and the man who won the long jump gold here right at the end, Ricardo Costa de Oliveira, features in this. Delfo Arce Orozco of Colombia, who won bronze in the Pan Ams. Ricardo Costa de Oliveira, the first Brazilian gold of the Games, and what a huge hero he made himself. Elchin Muradov going for Azerbaijan. So 3 gold medals in the All-African Games. Ananias Shikongo of Namibia, who's from Windhoek. Silver in the 200 meters in the World Championships in Doha. Bronze in the 1 at the World Championships in Lyon in 2013, and silver in the 200 there as well. Evan Javiju is his guide. Delfo Ase Orozco, bronze in the 100 metres at the Pan Ams in Toronto last year. He goes for Colombia in lane 3 alongside Ale Barrios Barreca. Now this is Elchin Muradov of Azerbaijan. Silver in the long jump 2011, bronze in the 4x1 2012. But Hakim Ibramov there helped Elena Chabanu to silver in the 100 metres yesterday. And here he is, gold in the long jump for Ricardo Costa de Oliveira. And all those front pages in yesterday's papers.
I wonder if he's come down off that high yet, and if he can focus on this. Nothing to lose.
Well, the long jump is his strongest event, but he did make the World Championship final last year. He finished 7th in Doha. Remember, it's the winner only that automatically goes through here, and the next 7.
Up goes the Brazil cheer. But they'll be asked to be quiet in a moment. The Silencio por favor message goes up on the big screens.
Remember, complete visual impairment. The athlete's totally blind, so they're relying on the guides and they're relying on the sound of the gun. A lot more than usual. Chikongo in lane 1. Ase Orozco in 3. Muradov 5. Costa de Oliveira in 7. They're away. Oh, very good start by Costa de Oliveira. Muradov's gone. He's had a nightmare. Ase Orozco's going well, and Chikongo looks like he's going to take it for Namibia. It's the Namibian who wins it, and maybe on the line. Costa de Oliveira got there ahead of Ase Orozco. 11.17 is a very, very good time, but it all went badly wrong for Elchin Muradov. Right on the start blocks. Smiles between the two anyway, so they won't worry too much. They haven't fallen out over it. But Arias Chikongo gets the win, 11.17. Very tight for second, and Costa did take that for Brazil.
Well, that's another surprise. And they just stopped, it seemed, Muradov and his guide, Ibramov. And on the inside, Chikongo has raced to the line. And tight for second there, but Ricardo Costa de Oliveira just edging out Ase Orozco, and arm in the air from Chikongo. Must have sensed this was his race. And he got the word from the guide, says, hey, we're in front. And Chikongo an 11.17, so that's a personal best for him. And a regional record as well, so Chikongo goes through. A disaster for Muradov, and very tight for second. But the Brazilian Costa de Oliveira just there. 11.66 and 11.68, 200ths between second and third.
Just eased up on the line slightly. Chikongo did as well. Could have had an even faster new African record, the Namibian. Muradov and his guy did cross the line. They did actually register a time of just over a minute, but they walked it. And it was absolutely bizarre. Complete miscue on the gun from them. Long jump is his strongest event. Finished 5th in that on Friday. He's been a previous World Championship finalist. He'd actually finished 5th in the 100 metres final in 2006.
Difficult to understand what might have been the problem, unless they thought there was a break. But the guide obviously would know there hadn't been. It remains a puzzle. He's certainly capable of better than a minute 1:54 for the 100, which is the kind of time that goes against him. He might like that scrubbed.
Well, he's actually run 10.66 in his career, Muradov, which is about a quarter of a second faster than David Brown's world record, but those times get nixed in terms of records if they're able-bodied athletes, or if it's not a fully sanctioned IPC event, or if there's no IPC officials at it. So here's the victory for Nias Shikongo, the new African record for Namibia, 11.17. Costa Oliveira second, just ahead of Arce Roscoe in third.
And they've now disqualified Muradov.
It's heat 4 of the men's 100 meters, T11, and the Asian Games champion is in this, Yang Chunhui of Chinese Taipei, alongside his guide Huang Tae-tseng. Going for Brazil in this, Felipe Gomez, who's the reigning world 200 meters champion. Gomez in lane 5. Martin Precomaza, who finished in the silver medal position in the long jump at the Europeans in Grosseto, and he really is a much stronger jumper. They may have a good prospect on the track. So first major championship from the Dominican Republic, and Joselito Hernandez with his guide Bismarck Volquez Diaz. They're pumped up for it. Lane 3. For Spain, Martin Precomaza finished 10th in the long jump on Friday. Bronze in the 4x1 in the Worlds. Now for Brazil, the 200 meters world champion, and silver in the 100. Felipe Gomez and his guide Jonas de Lima Silva. Lane 7, Yang Chunhui for Chinese Taipei, alongside his guide Huang Tae-tseng, the reigning Asian Games champion over 100 meters, and bronze in the long jump. Again, it's only the winner who goes through. Gomez, the reigning Paralympic Games 200 meters champion, also didn't go in the 100 meters in the Para-Pan Ams in Toronto, but did go for the blue ribbon sprint in Doha.
Such an excitable crowd, you know, they want to make some noise. Then they realise they've got to be quiet. And this is the biggest crowd we've had so far at the track and field. Brilliant to see.
Well, Gomez will get the bulk of the home support as usual. It's Hernandez in 1, Precomaza in 3, Gomez 5, and Yang in lane 7. Just the winner to automatically qualify. Well, they're away. A lot of focus on Gomez. Precomaza away very, very well indeed. And now Felipe Gomez hits the front for Brazil, and it's going to be a home win in the heat. Felipe Gomez is through to take it, and it's 11:22. Hernandez in second place for the Dominican Republic, and the home crowd got the result they wanted. Felipe Gomez. Quality victory for Brazil in 11.22.
Well, a fine run from Felipe Gomez. Channel the wonderful support he's receiving from the thousands here in Rio. Come to see what he can do, and he delivered. Got off to a bright start. So too did Martin Precomaza in lane 3. And then Hernandez in 1, starting to find his stride as well. But away with it goes Gomez. And 11:22, and a season's best from him. Perfect synchronicity with Gomez and his guide, Jonas de Lima Silva. Fine form. Really driving with the arms and knees. And easing away from the field. Young finishing 4th. So 11:22 looks promising. Through he goes.
Season's best form as well at 11:22. All the winning times generally been around the same mark. So Felipe Gomez wins for Brazil, 11:22. Hernandez second for the Dominican Republic, 11.73, and Precomaza finishing third for Spain, 11:91. Women's
shot put F20. 4 field events on in this first session today. Everdurska holds a Paralympic record, and she holds an intimidating personal record as well. She won in Sydney, she won in Lyon, and she's up second, the Polish competitor, 39-year-old, that holds the Paralympic record at the moment. Field of 11: Estonia, Greece, Australia, Turkey, France, Great Britain, Ecuador, Portugal, Poland and Ukraine. Anastasia Mishnik of Ukraine was second in London, third in Doha and Lyon, best of 12:89. Poland's Everdurska, 39. She won in Sydney 2000 and London 2012. There was a gap of years there where this event was not on at the Paralympics. Inês Fernandes of Portugal, fourth at the London Games, third in Christchurch World Championships. Zoe Mantoudi of Greece, best of 11:84. Mendes Sanchez of Ecuador, 12:25 personal best. Sabrina Fortune, fourth at the World Championships in Doha last year. And Gloria Abelmagnon of France, PB of 11:60. She's just 18. Miraban Kaya of Turkey, gold in the pentathlon at an event in Italy earlier this year. Australia's Nicole Harris from Sydney, sixth in Lyon, seventh in Doha. And Valasia Kojiavanaki, fifth in Doha, ninth in Christchurch. Ex-table tennis player, actually. And Siili Tik of Estonia, bronze in 2001, the Javelin in Sydney, and eighth in Doha, 42 years of age now. That is the field for the women's shot put F20.
Heat 5 in the men's 100 meters T11, and it features the reigning Pan Am and world champion. Did the double last year, David Brown of the United States. Brown, coached now by Joachim Cruz, the 1984 Olympic gold medalist. What a famous runner he was in his day. But in lane 1, this is Bikram Rana of Nepal. They only have a team of 2 at the entire Paralympics, and he's the only man. Serves in the army. Here is David Brown, world champion from Doha. Did the double over 100 and 200 in Toronto at the Pan Ams alongside Jerome Avery there. Lane 5 for Venezuela, Fernando Ferrer, semi-finalist in the 100 in Lyon in 2013. And he's been around quite a while in lane 7 for Angola. Octavio Angelo dos Santos. His best results coming in Beijing. He was 5th in the 200 meters and 4th in the 4x1. His guide is Luis Manuel. Well, they know at this stage, realistically, what they have to do to go through in terms of the fastest loser spot. And in the case of David Brown, he knows what he has to do as well, which is win. Jerome Avery is based in Chula Vista in California, as are quite a number of Paralympians, originally from Kansas City. Finally had the big breakthrough last year. So it's Bikram Rana in 1, David Brown in 3, Fernando Ferrer in 5, and Octavio dos Santos in lane 7. So they're away, and David Brown with an absolutely brilliant start, the world record holder. He's flying away, he's going to win this comfortably. Ferrer in second place, and it's 11:36. And I'd say he barely got out of second gear. good win for David Brown. And perhaps he went through it 70%, 80%. Doesn't matter, he's got the win. Santos in second place, 11.68, and Brown winning 11.35.
Well, this was a curious race. I felt that Brown almost staggered at the start. And as you say, Will, he never really seemed to hit top gear. Just watch his first, the head dips there. And that would have been very easy for his guy, Jerome Avery, to lose stride with him. And he doesn't even look to be trying, but such is his grace. And I tell you what, Brown and Avery crossed the line just about together. Oh, that is close. David Brown's chest fractionally in front, yes.
Yeah,
he'll be all right, but that was an odd race. It had the expected result in that Brown won it comfortably, running 11.35, and he qualifies as the winner. But there were some strange things about that performance. Not about the result, though, which came through as expected, with Angelo Dos Santos coming in second and Fernando Ferrer of Venezuela third in 11.70. Second and third with season best runs. I do like his eye cover, though. Quite patriotic.
David Brown gets the win, 11.35. Santos in second for Angola goes through 11.68, and Ferrer through also for Venezuela, 11.70. That early stumble for Brown didn't affect him. His guy Jerome Avery, by the way, was 15th in the Olympic trials for 2004, almost made the US team. Adolphe the fastest, 11.11. Chikongo second fastest, 11.17. .12 progressing to the semi-finals.
So a fair bit of action happening in the field. But women's shot put action. And this is the F20. Mendes Sanchez of Ecuador, getting it out to around 11 meters, has a best of 12.25. At the moment, leading throw is 13.42 from, well, Eva Derska, of course, of Poland. She's seemingly unbeatable in this competition, but 10.97. And Sabrina Fortune of the UK. (19 years of age, from Wrexham, North Wales. Gets it out past 12 meters. She's got a best of 12.76. And nicely across the circle. Gave it a good heave in the right direction. And a 12.33 for Fortune. And Gloria Abelmagnon of France, youngest in the field at 18 from Orléans. So still developing her strength, I'd suggest, at tender age. I say tender, she's an adult, but will certainly get stronger in the 20s. And an early throw of 10.85. And she's currently in 7th position. So back to the track we go. Men's hundreds.
The final of the men's 100 meters, T52. And that means Raymond Martin 4 titles he claimed at London 2012, the 1, the 2, the 4 and the 8. He's also the Pan Am champion, the reigning world champion too. Salvador Hernandez of Mexico, 3 Paralympic titles, 7 world championships in his career. Starting off with lane 1 from Birmingham, Alabama, Josh Roberts of the United States. He's never won a global medal, but 4th in the 400 meters at London 2012, so he's a good candidate in this. He was 6th in the 1 there. From Colombia in lane 2, Christian Torres, bronze in the marathon in London last year. He knows how to cover the distances. Gold in the 2 and the 4, a Sydney 2000. Subsequently, a world title in the 100 meters in 2011. That's Salvador Hernandez Mondragon of Mexico. He's got a huge amount of medals in his career. Mario Trindade of Portugal goes in lane 4. Silver in the 100 meters in the Europeans in Grosseto. He's done that the last 2 Europeans. Raymond Martin, what a CV. 5 world titles in 2013. First man to achieve that. 4 golds at London 2012. 3 world titles last year. There is only one Raymond Martin. Gianfranco Iannota of the United States, a winner's semi-final. Silver in the 200 meters, bronze in the 1 at Lyon, the World Championships 2013. The reigning European champion from Switzerland, Beat Busch, who finished 2nd in the 400 final in Grosseto. Twice in a row he's won the European title. And Sam McIntosh of Australia from Ocean Grove, Victoria. 5th in the 100 meters in 2 World Championships, Christchurch 2011, Doha last year. Has a chance on the outside. But Raymond Martin, certainly the man to beat in this. So it's Robertson 1, Torres 2, Hernandez Mondragon 3, Trindade 4, Martin 5, Iannota 6, Busch 7, and McIntosh in lane 8. So away they go. Raymond Martin normally starts quite slowly, but once he starts, you can't stop it. Hernandez going very well for Mexico. Well, Raymond Martin now coming out towards the front. Martin's got a big fight on here, I think, from Iannota. And Iannota has won that. 17.17, and Raymond Martin in 2nd place. Well, we knew the winner would be American, but it's Iannota and not Martin who's taken it. That is quite something. He's only going in 3 events here, Raymond Martin. Iannota's got the gold, 17.17. Martin behind him in 2nd place, 17.25, and Raymond Martin's been dethroned.
Well, Iannota certainly made a good start. Promising ones also from Christian Torres in lane 2 and Hernandez Mondragon of Mexico in the green. Now the 2 Americans start to wind it up, and surely Martin would run down Iannota. No. Gianfranco Iannota across the line first, and I think he surprised himself. Sure, he would have given himself a chance, but such is the reputation of Raymond Martin. That wheel lifting, even in the later pushes, he's really brought some power to the last 20 meters as Gianfranco Iannota, and he's won it by a wheel and a half. Well, what a surprise.
Well, Raymond Martin normally isn't a fast starter. It's T52, so you can't expect the same power out of the blocks as the T54s. But Raymond Martin, this is his 15th championship final, and in the previous 14, he's won 14. But Iannota has taken this one. He's got the gold. It's the greatest result of his career without any doubt at all. And Raymond Martin, well, for once in his life, for the first time in his life, has to settle for the silver. That's a great win by Iannota. And he looked up, and maybe he did surprise himself. But he's got the gold here, 17-17. Raymond Martin with the silver, and Salvador Hernandez Mondragon got the bronze for Mexico. Oh, what a win. What a surprise.
F20 women's shot put continues. Inês Fernandes of Portugal who was 4th in London 2012. Personal best of 12:35, which she put out there this season. The sun bursting through at the engine now. Good attempt from Fernandez. Not spinning in the circle, but just driving straight to the front. And we're just short of the 12 metres and 11:52, so good improvement on her first attempt. It's Discus who leads it with a 13:42. Now Mantudi has represented a country in basketball as well. This is a category for athletes with an intellectual impairment, the F20. Mantudi from Thessaloniki with the first attempt of 10:88, and she's got it past 11 metres and goes over to get a little bit more advice for round 3. .265 is Palef Mendes Sanchez of Ecuador. 20 years of age, first really big competition for her. Does have a best of 12:25. That would certainly put her amongst the contenders if she can bring that to this competition. Mendes Sanchez. Not quite, just shy of 12 metres. 10:97 with her first attempt. That's good signs there. Half a metre she's picked up with a second attempt on her first. Now Sabrina Fortune trains 4 nights a week at the Deeside Athletic Club. Sitting in bronze medal position after the first round. 10 in this. Fortune, first throw, 12:33. And again, it's just past the 12-metre ribbon. Maybe not quite as far as her first. It just came out a little bit flat, perhaps. She might have benefited from a bit more elevation with the throw, but another nice attempt for a 19-year-old. 12:19. So 2 consistent efforts first up. Dips the cap for the camera as we move on to Gloria Abelmagnon of France. 10:85 first attempt for Abelmagnon. Spins through the circle, gets it out past 10 metres again. 10:85 with a first. Certainly tall enough to be a good thrower, as we mentioned earlier, waiting for the strength to come and develop. Repeating, what a great crowd we've got in today. Easily the best of the 5 sessions that we've been involved in so far. Lower tiers packed right around the stadium. Very encouraging for the games.
And not only that, the top tier behind the finish line is filling up well also. We've got some victory ceremonies for events that took place last night.
Women's Javelin, F34. In the middle there is Zhu Lijuan of China. World record holder. And really dominated this competition. The 27-year-old from Cottbus was 5th in London, 7th in Beijing, 3rd in Rio. And she was 3rd at the World Championships last year as well, so steady improvement across the years from Frances Herrmann. Jana Heikkinen of Finland, bronze medalist, London Games 2012, goes one better here in Rio 2016, collecting the silver medal. From Kuopio in Finland. She gets the silver-topped tom as the silver medalist. Well, Zhu Lijuan only started the sport 4 years ago. Won the javelin and shot put in Doha last year at the World Championships. She owns the world record of 20.98 set in Doha. And has quickly emerged to dominate the sport in this seated javelin throw class of F34. Zhu Lijuan was the favourite, and she has taken the gold medal in the women's javelin F34. Ahead of Jana Heikkinen and Frances Herrmann of Finland and Germany. We've got long jump action today in the men's T12. A good field of 12. World record held by Matthias Schröder of Germany, set in 2009. He's not in the field. The man who holds the Paralympic record is Hilton Langenhover. Martin Aloysius there of Namibia is getting some attention to his bib. I'm sure we know who he is. And he's a 27-year-old with a record of 7th at the World Championships last year and a personal best of 6:47. If you've not seen this long jump event for athletes with a visual impairment before, the athletes are guided towards a chalked area, and as long as they hit that with their takeoff foot, the jump is measured from that contact point to where they land in the pit. Tobias Jonsson of Sweden, he and his brother Per are in this event. That's a good jump. Hit the takeoff area well. Has a best of 6:69. Mid-air stride is done with good elevation. He's just 20 years of age. Per is his older brother by some 8 years. They competed together also in London. Tobias was 10th, 7th in Doha last year. And a 6:56 first up for Tobias. These are the early jumps in this competition. We're in the first round. Best so far, Berdiku of Belarus. But we're about to see, if we stay at the long jump pit, Biondi Nisasi of Suriname. No, we're not. We're going to Thomas Ulbricht, got one ahead of myself there. Thomas, 10th in Beijing, a former world champion in pentathlon. That was 2006 in Assen in the Netherlands. Ulbricht, 31 years of age, from Berlin. He's right at the front of the chalked area there. I hope that was okay for him. Yes, the white flag is up. So Ulbricht, he had a few centimetres to spare there, so no drama. Taking off from his left leg, safely straight and into the pit. A 6:88 is a personal best, 6:69 a season best. And a 6:09 for Ulbricht. As we go back for some action on the track.
It's the final of the women's 400 metres, T52. This the third strongest of the 4 wheelchair racing categories in the 50s, the second most impaired, if you like. But it's a good field. They've all had their successes in the past. The reigning world and Paralympic champion Marika Vervoort of Belgium is in this. Pan Am champion Michelle Stilwell, the previous Pan Am and world champion. Start off in lane 7 for the United States. Major successes right through the years. World champion over 800 in 2011. Silvers in Doha in the Worlds 1, 2 and 4. That was Kerry Morgan in the USA. For Singapore, Nosalawati Bintasat, her first major championship since 2006. Finished 6th in the 1 and the 2. For Japan in lane 5, Yuka Kiyama, bronze in the 1, 2 and 4 in the World Championships in Doha. Behind Morgan, who won all the silvers. Michelle Stilwell, the reigning Pan Am champion and the triple world champion over 1, 2 and 8 at Lyon 2013, and the 200 metres champion London 2012. And this is the reigning 100 metres Paralympic champion and the reigning world champion over 1, 2 and 4, Marika Vervoort of Belgium. You may have read a lot about her lately. The beast from Diest, Vervoort in 3, Stillwell in 4, Kiyama 5, Bintasat 6, Kerry Morgan in lane 7. Stillwell, with all those great successes in her career. Can she overtake Marika Vervoort this time? It really is the one to beat in this. Going out of lane 3, it was Vervoort, Morgan and Kiyama, the 1, 2, 3 at the World Championships over 100, 200 and 400. Vervoort has started very well out of lane 3 here. Stillwell's going great also in 4, and Morgan in 7, and it will be between these 3 for the medals again, but in what order? It has been an excellent start by Michelle Stillwell this time for Canada out of lane 4, and she's certainly hit the front by this stage. They'll straighten up shortly as they come into the closing straight, and it's Stillwell who leads for Canada. Vervoort does have a very good finish in it. Vervoort and Morgan at the moment are battling for the silver medal. It is Michelle Stillwell who lives in Vancouver for Canada, who's going for the gold here, and she's going to get it. The former Paralympic champion is the current champion again. 105.43. Vervoort gets the silver, and Morgan the bronze, and Michelle Stillwell gets the gold for Canada.
And she has absolutely smashed the Paralympic record of fellow Canadian Lisa Franks. As we still have a finish to come from Yuka Kiyama of Japan.
Yes, great acclaim in the closing straight. The Singapore athlete.
Yes, Bintasat, I beg your pardon, Nasalawati Bintasat of Singapore comes down to the line.
Great chair, and deservedly so. And also for our winner.
Michelle Stillwell held off Vervoort. Impressively so. Vervoort, the world record holder. 105.43 is the time attributed to Stillwell in the end. Got a good push away. The previous Paralympic record of 109.52 from Lisa Franks always looked under threat. And Vervoort could just take nothing out of the final stagger. Stillwell driving to the line, still with plenty left.
Her 4th Paralympic title. She is still the reigning Paralympic 200 meters champion. Beat Vervoort for that in London. Formerly a gold medalist in Sydney in wheelchair basketball. Made the switch to the track. It's been very, very successful. It's her 13th global gold. And just look at the smile on her face. She knew she was going to get a title back that she had claimed in Beijing. Brilliant victory for Canada, and that Paralympic record as well. Well, it stays in Canada. Lisa Franks had set it in Athens 12 years ago, but what a winning smile. They are so successful in wheelchair racing. Brent Lakatos, we've already seen, enjoy great glory here, and Michelle Stillwell can join him on the top of the podium. The old maple leaf is out. And you can see the bottom tier is just about full, and if you see that blue section, that's where we are. Biggest athletics crowd of the week.
Back across to the long jump. Oleg Pantyutin of Azerbaijan. That's around 6.5 meters. Has a 6.87 to his credit. Head back, chest out, drives towards the pit. chat from the officials there. It's actually Kamil Aliyev of Azerbaijan. There are two athletes from Azerbaijan in this long jump final.
The result of the women's 400 metres T52 final. Michelle Stilwell gets the gold for Canada. Paralympic record 105.43. Vervoet the silver for Belgium. And the bronze going to the United States and Kerry Morgan. The final of the women's 1500 metres, T13, 6 in this. Ireland, Tunisia, Mexico, Spain, Colombia, all represented, 2 from Tunisia. But the great Asia El Hanouni, who's now an ambassador for Parasport, handy sport as it's called in France, world record holder in this. Sumaya Boussaid is the reigning world champion. Claimed that in Doha. It was the second time she'd won it. And Paralympic champion from 2008. Marcela Gonzalez of Colombia with a guide, Niver Rangel Palmera. Silver in the 1500 metres of the Para-Pan Ams in Toronto last year. Bronze in the 4 and the 8. For Spain, Izaskun Oyes Ayuka. Silver in the 4 and the 1500 metres at the Europeans in Grosseto in June. Daniela Velasco of Mexico in 4 with a guide, Gabriela Bina. Pan Am champion over 800 metres last year in Toronto from Mexico City. Lane 3, the reigning world champion from Doha last year. Gold in Beijing in the 8 and the 15. Sumaya Boussaid of Tunisia. Her compatriot. Best result previously coming in 06 of the World Championships in Assen in the Netherlands over 400 metres, Naja Chouaya. And in lane 1 for Ireland, Greta Stremikaite. Bronze in the 1500 metres in the Europeans. Born in Vilnius. So away we go in this women's 1500 metres, T13. There are a few guest T12s in this, the option of using the guides, which has been taken by a couple. Marcela Gonzalez of Colombia hitting the front straight away. Velasco Maldonado of Mexico taking a place in on the inside. Stremikaite taking up the rear for now, but the one they have to beat, the world champion and the former Paralympic champion on the double, is Sumaya Boussaid. Big move straight away, hitting the front and looking to stay there.
Well, Boussaid, sprinting out early. A little bit of a concern for Greta Stremikaite that she drifted off the pace so early, but she's now just starting to pull them in at the back. But Tunisia on form and on times could have it between them. Chouaya and Boussaid. Boussaid leads them into the first turn.
Tunisia 1, Tunisia 2, and the rest all very tightly bunched together here. Chouaya, it's her first major championship since those Worlds of 2006. Tucked up in second place at the moment. She did win her semi-final. Boussaid didn't, but Boussaid has got all the gold medals in her career dating back to 2008. Silver in the 4, and she went out in the heat to the 1. Chanced her arm, had a go as a sprinter in London 2012. But now back to the longer distances where she's been more successful. Saying that, she did win silver in the 4 in Doha in the heat back in October. Tunisia 1, Tunisia 2. It's a long way back. I can tell you the other 4, they'll come into your picture shortly. They are really tightly bunched. Anybody could get a medal at this stage. Velasco, Oisis, Gonzalez, Stremikaite. But at the moment, Tunisia 1 and 2. We're heading for 2 laps to go.
We talk about daylight third, and it's bright daylight. The sun is really streaming into the engine now as Boussaid and then Chouaya come across in 2:02, and a tightly bunched following pack. It's going to be an interesting battle for the bronze medal, and Stremikaite of Ireland has at least caught that pack and is a chance to get involved in this race for third as she starts to circle around the outside of them, but still it's the Tunisians well out front. Boussaïd leading Chouaya.
Samaya Boussaïd, in her career, she's won 4 major championship gold medals. 3 in the 1500 meters, 1 in the 800, 600 to go. Comfortable lead over Najat Chouaya at the moment. The rest are well back. It is a great battle for the bronze medal right now, but Boussaïd has a very comfortable advantage. I can tell you Jemakaite is making a move on the outside to go up into third place, but it is Boussaïd who has a healthy lead of around 20 meters over Chouaya, and the next time they'll be in this piece of land in Rio at the De Janeiro, they'll be heading for the finish line. Here's the bell. Samaya Boussaïd leads Chouaya in second place. Still really tight for third. Boussaïd holding the advantage firmly over Chouaya, who did win that semi-final. Tunisia 1 and 2, they've been very successful in this event down through the years, mainly thanks to the lady who's out in front at the moment. And in third place is Velasco Maldonado. In fourth is Ursa Zayuka. In fifth is Jemakaite. It's still very tight. Third, fourth and fifth. That big battle is going to be in the closing straight. Will follow the leader, Samaya Boussaïd of Tunisia. That's what everybody's doing right now. 200 to go. Is Boussaïd leading comfortably, and that lead is increasing all the time. Chouaya back in second place with Velasco Maldonado in third and Ursa Zayuka in fourth. But that battle for bronze is well behind this. They're all well behind the rest. It's Samaya Boussaïd, the world champion, who's about to get a Paralympic Games title back as well. The world record doesn't matter at this stage. Brilliant run this is by Boussaïd. She takes the gold, 4:21, 4:7. The silver will go to the comeback queen, Najat Chouaya, in second place. And now the battle will commence for the bronze, and it's a big fight for it. Ursa Zayuka coming on the outside, and she looks like she's going to take it. Big fight from Velasco Maldonado on the inside is released. Oh, that'll be a photo. It might be the Spaniard who takes it in third. And in fifth is Jemakaite for Ireland. And in sixth place will be for Colombia, Marcela Gonzalez. But 4:21.45 the winning time. Tunisia 1-2. Might just have been and is Ursa Zayuka, who takes the bronze for Spain.
Well, a great race for third, but an even better race out front offered by Samaya Boussaïd. Really ran at the pace she wanted. Najat Chouaya, fellow Tunisian, did her absolute best to stick with her, and those that were involved in that race for third are absolutely spent because they gave it everything the last 200 in the fight for the bronze.
Well, Steve, every single athlete in that race has run a lifetime best, and there are 3 continental records in that. Brilliant.
Great pace offered by Boussaïd early. Wasn't going to muck around. Yes, there was a brief moment in front for Marcela Gonzalez of Colombia, but pretty soon Samaya Boussaïd in the bright yellow shoes looked around the outside, and Chouaya was sure to follow her. It looked like a race in 2 for a while, but Boussaïd up the tempo, particularly in the last lap. It was about a 10, 12, 15 metre lead for much of the race, and then in the last 400 Boussaïd found yet another gear and came down in 4:21.45 to win it in most convincing style. But Tunisia 1-2, Chouaya a clear second.
Yeah, she hit the front after 200 meters and just stayed there, and Samaya Boussaïd was not going to be denied at all. She's taken 3 seconds off her lifetime best. But we keep saying this about this track. We said it during the Olympics, and we're saying it during the Paralympics too. It is a brilliantly fast track, and even up to 1,500 meters, it's suiting the athletes. Boussaïd takes the gold for Tunisia. It's her 4th major title over 1,500 meters.
Action continues at the long jump, where Namibia's Martin Mutenya Aloysius has another jump. Crowd gives him a cheer. The white flag is raised to tell us he's going to have this one measured. This competition being led at the moment by Kamil Aliyev of Azerbaijan. He's had a 6.97 in the first round, just under his personal best of 7.13. He was the gold medalist in Doha, but for Aloysius, 6.08, can do better. He's got a PB of 6.47. Everdurska, 13.42, leading this shot put event, F20. Two-time Paralympic champion. And Durska not likely to be beaten in this one. He's taken the lead early. A four-time world champion, 98, 2011, 13 and 15. And a 13.54, so she's increased her lead through to the fourth round.
Great win that was Samaya Boussaid, who led for 1,300 of the 1,500. Lots to get through in the result. Boussaid wins for Tunisia. Chouayat the silver for Tunisia. Ozazayuka the bronze for Spain. And Velasco Maldonado has been disqualified in fourth. Jamakaiti then finishes in fourth place. Now the first round of the men's 100 meters, T37. The reigning Paralympic Games champion goes in this, Fanny van der Merwe. Twice Fanny van der Merwe has been the 100 meters Paralympic Games champion, did the double in Beijing, retained the 100 in London. Maria Tartaren of Argentina, very well-noted long jumper. Sofian Hamdi, silver in the 4, 2013. Monterola, Venezuela. But here is Fanny van der Merwe. He's also the reigning Commonwealth Games champion. Matthias Evangelista Cardosa. Can you work out where he's from? He is the Pan Am champion from Toronto. Won the 1, the 2 and the long jump. In Jelmar Bos of the Netherlands, 5th in the 1 and the 2 in the Europeans in Swansea in 2014. Great CV, degree in communications and marketing from the Johan Cruyff University in Amsterdam. He was a great winner, and so is this man, Fanny van der Merwe. It's the top 3 to qualify for the final, plus the next 2 fastest. Tartaren in 3, Hamdi 4, Monterola 5, van der Merwe 6, Evangelista 7, Bos in lane 8. Sunshine day in Rio. Top 3 to go through. Away they go, solid start from Evangelista. He's drawing in the energy of the crowd. Now here comes Fanny van der Merwe alongside. Evangelista might just take this one from Brazil. And he has! And it's a Paralympic record. It's 11:47. It's the second fastest time ever. Boy, is the Pan Am champion setting the standard here. Van der Merwe very swift alongside. Might just have been a lifetime best. But 11:47, a new lifetime best for Evangelista Cardosa, and a Paralympic record too.
What a track, what a day, what a host nation. As Matheus Evangelista Cardoso milks it for what it's worth, and it's worth plenty. It might only be a heat, who cares? He's run 11:47 his previous personal best, 11:59. So a new Paralympic record, which had been shared by Liang of China and Van der Merwe, who couldn't get away as well as Evangelista in lane 7. And Evangelista just held on to his lead. It was half a metre, it was quarter of a metre, it was enough. And he was there. And Van der Merwe beaten into second place. The three in the outside lanes made the best start. Jelmar Bos of the Netherlands was there early, but Evangelista and Van der Merwe pulled away from them. Would Van der Merwe be able to do enough? Evangelista looked like he was being chased by someone dangerous. He was. But a Paralympic record, a season's best from Monterola of Venezuela. I don't think Van der Merwe was expecting that. He knew it was going to be a challenge on this track before this crowd. Evangelista Cardoso. Well, once again, the host nation finds something.
Well, it's a great track. It's a great crowd. It's the biggest we've had at the Paralympic Games Athletics. Third fastest time of all time. Cardoso, 11.47. Paralympic record. Vonnie van der Merwe, 100ths outside his old world record from a while ago, 11:51. And Monterola third for Venezuela, also through 11:86.
Now, Eva Derska, hot favourite in this F20 shot put. Defending champion from London is doing the business here. Very consistently out past 12 and 13 metres. And Derska, who's 13:92, is the distance she's after with the world record. And she's got it, 13:94. She's beaten it by 2 centimetres. New Paralympic, new world record. And still they tumble. Mendes Sanchez of Ecuador. She comes into this final round in 5th place. 11:96 the best so far. That's regional record. And she's out past 12. She just, well, right on it. So this is going to be almost a repeat of her 5th round attempt. .12:02. So well done.
Heat 2 of the men's 100 metres T37 features the world record holder, Charles du Toit of South Africa. Also the double world champion here, Andrei Onufrienko, gold in the long jump. Lyon and Swansea respectively. Here's Charles du Toit, the world record holder. Silver in the 400 metres in Doha at the World Championships. Paulo Pereira, Brazil, the reigning 400 metres Pan Am champion. He's from Brasilia, the capital. Bronze in the 200 in Toronto. Rhys Jones of Great Britain, bronze in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow 2014. Akil Whitehead, USA, Mohammed of Egypt, and Shang Guangzhou, the Asian Games champion from China. Mohammed, the world champion in Christchurch in 2011, the man from Alexandria in Egypt. Whitehead from the United States, bronze in the long jump at the Pan Ams in Toronto. So they all have a major championship medal to their name. Onufrienko in 2, du Toit in 3, Pereira 4, Jones 5, Whitehead 6, Mohammed 7, and Shang in lane 8. T37, men's 100 metres. They're away! What a brilliant start by Whitehead for the United States. Here comes the Toy now on a free angle behind him. The Toy coming well, Shank for China too, but it's the Toy who wins. World record! 11:42. He's broken his own mark by 100. He knew it was a fast track, and now he knows it all the more, and on the greatest stage of all, Charles de Toy, a new world record.
Oh, this track is really giving us some excitement. The Toy didn't give us the feeling he made the best of starts, but he made the very best of finishes to shave 100th off the world record he set in May this year in Switzerland. He cannot quite believe it. He turns around to check the board again. Did I? Have I? Yes, you have. He was in lane 2, and Onyefrenko of Ukraine probably made the best of starts. Whitehead towards the outside, and Ahmed of Egypt, and Shang of China. But the Toy, once he found his rhythm, and how about that dip for second? Mohammed and Shang, 11:52 and 11:53, so only 100th between those two, and 100th between the old world record and the new, set by a man from South Africa, Charles de Toy. I don't know if he can get away quicker than that, but if he can, then come the final, that world record's under threat again.
Well, fantastic pacing. Shang also doing very well on the near side, but then the Toy just put the foot down. He didn't ease up at all. He knew it was going to be very, very fast. Look at the smile on his face from 70. He knew he was flying, but the smile went the moment he looked up, and then almost shock horror. Hang on, it's a world record. Came just after that.
That's a great smile, great reaction.
PBs for the first 5. World record, Charles de Toy, 11:42. Mohammed second for Egypt. Shang third for China. Jones and Onyefrenko also through to the final. And these, the men who progress. What a time by the Toy, and what a time by Matías Evangelista Cardoso as well. 11:47, the final is set up nicely.
Action continues in the women's shot put, F20, and Sabrina Fortune getting towards the end of the competition here. Looking for a medal of some colour. Fortune. Gets it out past 12 metres. This looks to be her best throw of the competition. She's pretty interested in the outcome here. Good rhythm across the circle. Really gives it everything with her last attempt, and that's out towards 13 and 12.94. That is a personal best for Sabrina Fortune, and it puts her into the bronze medal position. Anastasia Mishnik of Ukraine. Second position at the moment. Second 4 years ago. And again out past 12 metres. She's had a best of 13.24, a personal best for her. Personal bests right across so many events, including this one, and that's going to be a second silver medal for Mishnik. Finished behind Durska in London, and Durska has already established a new world record with a 13.94. Well, not quite so far with the final attempt. It's of little consequence because Durska, so decorated in this event across so many years, You can go back to her first World Championship in 1998. 3 more in 11, 13 and 15. Final round 13:29, but it's going to be gold to Dershka, silver to Mishnik of Ukraine, and the bronze will go to Sabrina Fortune of Great Britain. This event for the athletes with intellectual impairment was off the table for about a decade, hence the big gap between her win in 2000 and her win in 2012. That's 3 gold medals for Dershka. Confirming those results for you, it's Dershka with a world record 13.94, gold for Poland, silver for Ukraine's Anastasia Mishnik, bronze for Great Britain's Sabrina Fortune. All with personal bests. Nicole Harris of Australia 7th, Shelley Tick Estonia, and Tudi of Greece, Abelmagnon of France, and Kaya of Turkey rounding out the field. That's a great shot. Yeah. It's been done before, but it's fun to see. And what longevity in the sport she's shown.
The next victory ceremony is the men's 100 metres. T52. This was from earlier, and I have to say it was quite an upset. The predicted piece of music will play, but not necessarily in the honour of the person we thought it would. I like the shirts. Good race, strong field. In terms of the wheelchair categories, it's so competitive. Mainly because you can compete in 5 or 6 events. It's quicker recovery time. So you can go for the 1, the 2, the 4, the 8, the 15, as Raymond Martin did in Lyon, and win them all if you're good enough. Maybe a little irony that he decided to concentrate on less this time. We're still looking to hoover up medals in each event. Would prefer them all to be gold, but it won't happen now. Patrick Jarvis, IPC governing board member, and Rogerio Elmetto, Rio 2016 director, are our presentation part. Salvador Hernandez Mondragon of Mexico, the former Paralympic Games champion on the double over 100 meters in Athens in 2004. He'd done the double in the 1 and the 2 and 2 world championships in a row. 02 in Lille and 06 in Assen. He completed the 100 meters hat-trick in Christchurch in 2011. No gold medal since, but a bronze at the Paralympic Games will do nicely. And he gets his bronze tom as well. It's a real turn-up for the books. Raymond Martin, in for 14 events previously in his career at different championships. He's won every single one. He's been that good. This is something novel. It's a silver medal. His 15th major championship medal. His first silver. The other 14 have been a different shade. They've all been gold. They're keeping the gold in the United States though. Gianfranco Untitled won silver in the 200 metres and bronze in the 100 behind Raymond Martin at the World Championships in Lyon 3 years ago. He was outside the medals in the 1 and the 4 in Doha last October at the Worlds. But now, Gianfranco Untitled is on top of the podium. And he is our new champion. It's real. And it's all in the honour of Gianfranco Untitled. So USA 1 and 2, and a bit of a shock really that Raymond Martin is not the man to pick up the gold here.
Actions continuing in the men's long jump T12. Tobias Jonsson. Looking for something out around 6.5 metres if possible. Oh, he's right towards the end of the chalked area, and he's right out towards 7 metres. Fair jump from Jonsson, who was 10th at the London Games. Brings up the chalk. Runs out of the pit, pretty delighted with that effort. And Jonsson with a third attempt of 690. At the moment, competition being led by Hilton Langenhoven, the South African. It's pretty handy on the track as well. Jonsson will be looking for something even better, but he's come up smiling after what is a clear personal best for him by some 20 centimetres. 669, his season and personal best prior to that leap of 690. And action continues. That's Ulbricht of Germany, who's competing between the two Jonsson brothers of Sweden. Might have got that just right towards the end of the takeoff area. Ulbricht with a third jump of 640 after a 609 and a foul. Now, the other of the Johnson boys, this is Per, who's the big brother at 28, fourth in London in the F13 long jump. So 6:58 and 6:50. And his brother has just jumped 6:90. So what's it to be? Again, he's put the takeoff foot right towards the end of the chalked area, so that looks fair. We know that some great stories are being told in these long jump events and some great distances being leapt. He's got a best of 7:15. And Per Jonsson with a 6:71. So his little brother's got him at the moment.
Men's 100 metres, T47 Round 1, this amputee category. Top 3 to qualify for the final going in this. Won't be Cesar Lopez Cardoso. That's a shame. Guinea-Bissau's only athlete at these Paralympic Games, hence their flag bearer at the opening ceremony. But the Pan Am champions in this, and he's a homeboy too. Javelin of Iran, Roderick Townsend Roberts, USA, Gonzalez, Cuba, and Patricio Ferreira dos Santos of Brazil. The Pan Am champion from Toronto last year. He got injured in Doha, missed out. He's due to be in the 1 and the 2. Gabriel Cole of Australia, silver in the 100 metres in Lyon at the World Championships there in 2013. He's from Adelaide. Lanto of Indonesia, a very good long jumper, and Dudekiev of Tajikistan in this also. Gonzalez Isidori of Cuba, silver in the 1 and 2 at London 2012. Ferreira dos Santos taking the honours in the Pan Ams ahead of Gonzalez in second in Toronto. The top 3 to qualify: Javelin in 2, Townsend Roberts 3, Gonzalez and Zadoria 4, Ferreira dos Santos 5, Dudekiev 6, Tanto 7, Cole in lane 8. Top 3 the target. They'll just have to stand up there, and it's being an arm amputee category, obviously a little bit of extra care being taken by the athletes when they go into the blocks. The leg amputee categories are the early 40s, 42 to 44, those with blades. A little bit of a briefing for Gabriel Cole. Finished 5th in Doha in those World Championships in 2015, where Australia were very, very successful. That is best result apart from that silver in Lyon. The big focus back on Ferreira dos Santos of Brazil. Picked up an injury 2 days before his races in Doha, so couldn't compete in the 1 and the 2. So it's a Jaglou in 2, Townsend Roberts 3, Gonzalez Isidoria 4, Ferreira dos Santos 5, Dudekiev 6, Tanto 7, Cole in 9. The first 3 plus the next 2 fastest through to the final. Soe first time, big focus on the Brazilian Ferreira dos Santos, and why not? He's going brilliantly here. Gonzalez coming up for Cuba 2, Ferreira dos Santos is going to be fast. It's going to be very fast. It's a world record. It lasted 24 years. But Patricio Ferreira dos Santos has smashed it. 10:67 is a new world record and one of the oldest in the book has got.
Are you kidding me? Ajibola of Nigeria, his record has stood since Barcelona 1992. We thought it was unshakable. But under it goes Ferreira dos Santos, who absolutely flew. And aren't these folks glad they came to the Engenhão today? Thank the track, which is quick. Thank the crowd, which is of an enormous support to these Brazilian athletes. He got away so quickly in the middle of the track in lane 5. Cole also did well on the outside. Then the challenges came from Gonzalez and Townsend Roberts. But he was even backing down with a couple of minutes to go. He realised what he was doing. He said, I'm just switching off a little bit here. By the way, a world record would be nice. And he's waving the finger with 5 to go. That's unbelievable.
The top three all with lifetime bests as well. Gonzalez 10:93, Townsend Roberts 11:07. He just got out of the blocks. Not the fastest. Cole did brilliantly there, but then away Ferreira dos Santos went. And he does ease up slightly in the last 10. He knew he'd won. I've won this. I'm going through to the final. He hadn't realised how fast he was going. We keep reiterating, this is a very, very fast track. A bit less finger wagging, it would have been faster.
I was lucky enough to see the runs of Ajibola in Barcelona. I thought they'd never be beaten.
The day has come, 10:67, new world record. Patricio Ferreira dos Santos with Raciel Gonzalez, Roderick Townsend Roberts also through.
Let's take you back to the action and the long jump. And Lina Savon Pineda from Cuba. Got some good lift there. If you think the Savon name sounds familiar, he is related to the great boxer Felix Savon, who was a triple gold medalist in boxing, 92, 96 and 2000. So there's some sporting ability in that family. And Savon having a decent competition, came in with a best of 6.64. He was 8th at the World Championships last year and 2nd at the Pan American Games Toronto, and a 6.74, so add 10 centimetres to his previous personal best.
Coming thick and fast these races, the men's 100 metres T47. Also saw to say our only athlete from Santame and Principe, Alex Dos Anjos, is also a non-starter. So, Katulias of Greece, the reigning European long jump champion, Takawa of Japan, gold in the 4x1 in the Worlds, and Jamunte Wang of China, the Asian champion, European champion formerly, Nascimento. Here he is, the former world champion for Brazil, and the reigning Paralympic 200 meters champion and reigning world champion over that distance too. It is his strongest. Michał Derosopolyn, the reigning European and world champion. Won those titles in Roseto and Doha respectively. He's won the last 2 world titles and the last 2 European titles over 100 meters. And Djiabou of Niger, his first major championship in this also. So Katulias of Greece in 3, Tagawa of Japan in 4, Ndumulunte of Namibia 5, Wang Hao of China, the Asian Games champion in 6, Djiabou of Niger in 7, Nascimento Brazil in 8, the former world champion in this, reigning world champion over 2 and para champion, and Derosopolyn in lane 9. First 3 to go through. But how quickly? And they're away. Very good start by Wang of China. Nascimento coming of Brazil now, and Deris of Poland. It's Nascimento and Deris, and Nascimento looking to win this. 10:75 is an impressive time as well. And both heats won by Brazilians in very, very fast times indeed. Johansson Nascimento wins it ahead of Michał Deris. And that entire back stand past the finish line's entirely full, and they're all appreciative of Johansson Nascimento.
.10.74 his run. So he was just 2 100ths outside the old world record. The new record's been set by fellow countryman Ferreira dos Santos at 10.67. And we've got a fall there from Dimolande, is it?
I think it is. Well, what a great success it was by Nascimento. I mean, he went away very well, very impressively, but he had Deris alongside him. That was a help. So we've got the Pan Am and the European champions fighting hard. And Nascimento just inspired a good little push, and so swift. And we'd have been, well, we are absolutely raving about this victory, but maybe even more so if the world record hadn't gone in the first heat.
That's right. So Deris of Poland on the outside of Nascimento ran a great race, and hobbling across the line, Elias Dimolande of Namibia, and he's getting some attention, but away quickly, and he stayed fast. But Deris was right with him through 60-70 metres, and it was only in the last few that Nascimento was able to pull away from him. Good start in the middle of the track also from Wang Hao of China. Now Nascimento just eases to the front of Michał Deris. And he knew he'd won it. He knew it was a good time. He sails across the line.
Victory for Johansson Nascimento, though, 10.75. Michał Deris also through for Poland at 10.79, and Wang Hao in third for China, 10.95. But a very impressive 10.75 to win for Johansson Nascimento. Wang actually had a Asian record in that as well, 10.95, which means he's through to the final. Patricio Ferreira dos Santos with a world record. Johansson Nascimento. Brazilians the two fastest.
What a treat for the crowd to be here and see one of the long-standing world records broken by a Brazilian athlete.
Those Flamengo shirts are there to be seen again, the red and the black, and then the vertical stripes for Fluminense. They share the Maracanã. Women's 100 meters T13, and this is the category of least visual impairment. Ilse Hayes, the world record holder from Sao Paulo last April. Nanatin Keita, great champion down through the years, won the gold in the 400 in Doha. She's been winning major world titles since 2006. Carolina Duarte of Portugal as well. Sana Benama of Morocco. She goes in lane 4, who won gold in Beijing and won the 2 and the 4 and the 200 meters world champion in 2013. But Nanatin Keita was one of the big heroes in Lyon in 2013. Also in Doha, also in London, bronze in the 100. Laina Sitole of Zimbabwe, major championship debut for her, and as Hamitova of Ukraine, who've got a really good para program. This is her major championship debut as well. The top 3 to qualify for the final, plus the next 2 fastest. Keita and Benamar, both solid 12-5 runners. That's Hamatova with a lifetime best 11.82 this year, which is inside Ilse Hayes' world record, but which doesn't count due to the circumstances of the race, not under full IPC rules. So Duarte in 3, Benamar 4, Keita 5, Sotole 6, and Samatova in 7. So away first time, and Samatova definitely will be one to watch. She's really fleet of foot. Keita in 5, Benamar 4 going well, but it's Samatova absolutely flying in this. It's going to be a very fast time. It's a world record 11.87. And this is definitely under IPC conditions. A world record in the Paralympics. 11.86 has been rounded down to for Laila and Samatova. The world knows her name now.
A winning, if surprisingly calm, smile from Laila Adzamatova, who got away the quickest. Antonin Kate of France, not too bad in the middle in lane 5, but Adzamatova is going to win it by 5 metres, break a world record in the process, and she doesn't even look surprised, really, just pleased. So Adzamatova from Keita and Duarte. Ukraine, France and Portugal, first 3 through. I'm not surprised that another world record goes, because they're just tumbling on this track in ideal conditions. As Goldilocks might say, well, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it is just right. And so is the track.
Samatova, new world record, 11.86. Keita in second place, Duarte in third also qualify, and both with new personal bests.
But action continuing in the men's long jump, T12 final. Down to the last 8. Competitors that are through to the second half of the competition. Cuba, Azerbaijan, Sweden, China, Belarus, Uzbekistan and South Africa represented. Hilton Langenhoven was the leading qualifier going into the second half. Jumped to 7.07. It's just a small matter of decision and dispute being settled by the officials over at the long jump. Alayev of Azerbaijan, next best after Langenhoven with a 7.05. Tobias Jönsson of Sweden in this 4th round has jumped to 6.88. We'll leave that for the moment.
Heat 2 of the women's 100 metres, T13, and the former world record holder, Ilse Hayes, goes in this. Kim Crosby of the United States, Engelleiter of Germany, Orla Comerford of Raheny Shamrock in Ireland, Elena Glebova of Ukraine, whose nation has just seen the world record smashed. Well, Kim Crosby here, silver in the 2, bronze in the 1 and 4th in the 4 in Doha at the World Championships, which was a major championship debut. Engelleiter of Germany, Orla Comerford, who lives in Houghton Island. Here is Ilse Hayes. All those major championship successes in her career. Gold in the last 2 Paralympic Games, long jump, 6 world titles. And she is the reigning world champion in this from Doha, having won it previously in Christchurch 2011. And Glebova of Ukraine. Gold in the 100 in the World Championships in Lyon 2013 and did the same in the 4. Didn't finish the 400 final in her only event in Doha. Well, this could be impressive. And Ilse Hayes in the call room will have watched the first heat and just said, right. So Crosby in 3, Engeliter 4, Comerford 5, Hayes 6, Glebova is in 7. The first 3 to go through, and the next 2 fastest. And away we go, and it's a strong start from Ilse Hayes. Orla Comerford alongside. Crosby's going great for the USA as well. But here goes Ilse Hayes. She's not going to ease up, I bet. Hayes will come through. 12:35 with Crosby in 2nd place. Glebova in 3rd. Look to be Comerford in 4th. And Hayes, 12:35. We know she can run faster, and so does she.
Kim Crosby of the United States threw the challenge out early to Ilse Hayes with a tremendous start. Pace nothing like the first heat when Adzamatova broke the world record, but Crosby in the inside lane, lane 3, certainly leading early before Ilse Hayes fully hit stride. Seemed to be dragging Glebova with her, and it was Hayes, Crosby and Glebova, South Africa, USA and Ukraine. And although it was quick, it was made to feel slow.
It certainly wasn't full belt by Ilse Hayes, that we can see. She still recorded the 2nd fastest time overall, and she's still got a lot left in the tank for the final. Didn't really ease down. Crosby going good guns there, very close to her lifetime best, clocking through in 12:49, but Hayes has a lot more to give. Glebova through also in 3rd place. Hayes, Crosby, Glebova, Comerford all through to the final. 12:34 the winning time, Crosby 12:49, Glebova 12:55, and Comerford qualifying for Ireland, a new lifetime best, 12:81.
Back to the long jump we go. China's Chen Mingyu has made the last 8 for the 2nd half of the competition. Did so in 5th with a best of 6:92. Right on the edge of the takeoff area, so that's where they'll measure it from. I think he's raised a little bit of chalk, so he's just into that reasonably generous takeoff area. Yep, left foot there. Away he goes. And we'll see if Chen can better his 6:92. Has a best career jump of 7:09. He was 2nd at the World Championships last year and gold at the Asian Games 2014 in Incheon, Republic of Korea. Has been China's Para-Athlete of the Year, and it was in 2014. Chen Mingyu. Things are a little bit slow in the long jump pit today. They seem to have had a few measuring issues, but a 6:93. So he's found an extra few centimetres. Need to find a few more than that. So, Siahe Burduko of Belarus next to go. He was 5th in Beijing 2008, 5th at the World Championships in Doha last year, where he won the T12 high jump. PB of 6:76, but he's already leapt 6:95, so he's on new PB territory. And he likes it. So Burduko looking to jump into medal contention here. Yes, he's all right, just short of the plasticine. Keen to get out of the pit and start celebrating. It's a couple of rounds to go. Need to remind you, Siahe. 28 years of age. And a 6.96. That's a mighty impressive improvement from Berduku of Belarus. 20 centimetres on his previous personal best. Beat it in round one, beat it again.
So these the athletes through to the final of the women's 100 metres T13. How impressive was Leila Adzamatova for Ukraine? 11.86, that new world record. Hayes through his second fastest. The podium is ready for the medalists on the women's 400 metres T52. Well, this was actually a good race, and a little turning over of previous results we've seen from major championships. In saying that, it is an umpteenth gold medal for our winner, who's into double figures now. Belgium's Princess Astrid and Ali Hazala of the IPC, formerly. Yeah, the World Championships in Doha, it was 3 silvers for Kerry Morgan for the United States, living in St. Louis now, born in Port Jefferson in the state of New York, and she gets a Paralympic bronze here. She won 2 of these in London, 5th in the 1 and the 2 in Beijing, 3rd Paralympic medal of her career, and her first Tom. It's quite the life story for Marieke Vervoort, and she's on the podium again with a silver medal. She's still the reigning Paralympic 100 metres champion and the reigning world champion in the 1, the 2 and the 4. And it's a silver medal for Marieke Vervoort, the beast from Diest. Great to have her back here. A 12th gold medal in the career of Michelle Stilwell. Well, actually the 13th, because she was in the wheelchair basketball team that won gold for Canada in Sydney back in 2000. But on her racing wheels, she's quite the athlete herself, and she's back on the top step of the podium. She's still the reigning 200 metres champion. She finished 2nd behind Vervoort in London, and now she's reversed that position, and she's the 100 metres Paralympic champion again, and they'll meet again later in the week. Paralympic record as well to take the gold. It's O Canada. One of the strong wheelchair racing nations. So they've picked up golds in the T53 and the T52. Great success, great champion. Actually, three great athletes here, and good chance we'll see these three up on the podium again sometime during the week. Canada with another gold medal on the track. Good race.
Men's long jump, T12 continues. Panyutin, one of two athletes from Azerbaijan through to the last eight. Still got Langenhoven of South Africa leading it with a best of 7:07. Panyutin comes into the second stage of the competition with a best now of 6:88. At a 6:87 in round one. Looks pumped for this one. No, he's only modestly pleased, I think. He's not going to get it out towards 7 meters. Panyutin has got a personal best now. It was previously 6:87. He equaled that in the first round. Went 1 centimetre better in the fourth with 6:88. So he is performing at his best, no doubt about that. Then it becomes a question of whether your best is the equal of others, or maybe better still. 6:81. Very impressive in the consistency.
So the next victory ceremony, this race only happened about half an hour ago, women's 1500 metres T13. Few laps of the track, lap of honour, and then straight onto the podium. Princess Astrid is back. So is Ali Hazala, the IPC former member. She's from Pamplona originally, a former nurse, former national taekwondo champion. Able-bodied, won her semi-final, and 2 silvers at the European Championships in Grosseto in June, and now a Paralympic Games bronze over 1500 metres. Laska Maldonado had been disqualified and fought, so Greta Strimakaite of Ireland promoted up there. You'll note all the medals have different coloured hair to match the medal. Naja Chawaya with a new African record of 4:35.2. She is a T12. But pushed into the T13 category for this championship. So Chawaya finishing in second place, even though she's from the same nation as the champion. It is still a regional record, an African record for her. And a silver medal too, her first major championship medal, 10 years after her last major global championship. Samaya Bossaid of Tunisia didn't get gold in London after doing a double in Beijing, but she's back in the top step again, as she was in Doha, the reigning world champion in this. She's won 2 of the last 3 world crowns over 3 3/4 laps, and she's the Paralympic Games champion again. Bossaid, the champion for Tunisia. So Tunisia 1-2, and Bossaid hit the front after 200 meters and stayed there.
The other side of the stadium, the men's long jump T12 continues. And Siahe Baduku of Belarus. So Baduku, who's been busy establishing personal bests throughout the competition, just flirting with the front of the landing area there. He may have fouled. The takeoff area is what I mean. Certainly brought up the chalk, but did he just nudge the plasticine as well? He liked the jump. And Berdiku with a 6.98 was just legal. And yet another personal best for him. What a performance. 6.94, 6.95, 6.96, 6.98. So Daniyor Saliev of Uzbekistan next to go. Fourth at the Asian Games in Incheon 2 years ago. The PB of 7.02. 6.98 his best so far. That came in round 3. He's also been a consistent jumper here between 6.80 and 6.98. Saliev on his way. And Saliev, if that's fair, which it looks to be, it's a pretty good 5th attempt from him. He's 22 years of age, one of the younger ones who's made it through to the last 8. And a 7.04, a new personal best, and that puts him into bronze medal position with a round to come for him. So 7.04, that's the first time that he's got it to that length. 7:02, so it's just a couple of centimetres on his PB, but what a consistent competition he's putting together. So from Saliev we go to Aliyev. This is Azerbaijan's Kamil Aliyev. With the best of 7:05, he's actually jumped that twice. Identical distance in rounds 2 and 3. And he's just a couple of centimetres out of the lead, held still by Hilton Langenhoven of South Africa. So Aliyev set to go. On his way now. And he too, right at the end of the takeoff area, and comes out of the pit a bit sore as well. That's a concern for Kamil Aliyev, with still one jump to come. That's fair, and that's a fair way out there. So what's it to be for Kamil Aliyev? He was briefly leading the competition with his first attempt at 7:05. Then it was overtaken by Langenhoven with 7:07, and he's got another jump out past 7. This is 7:03 for Aliyev. So he'll have one more attempt at catching South Africa's Hilton Langenhoven. Here he is, competition leader. Gold in Beijing 2008, silver in 2004, gold at the World Championships in 2013, and in Assen way back in 2006. .707 leads the competition. Has jumped 7:18. I think he wouldn't mind a bit more room at the top. Can he find a few more centimetres? Langenhoven. It's big. I don't think it's past 7 though. We'll see. It's fair. Not too much reaction from the 33-year-old from Cape Town. Nice rhythm on the runway. Head back, chest out, plenty of elevation, plenty of length. But Langenhoven doesn't look like he thinks it's better than 7:07. It's not. It's 6:81. All right, he still gets a last shot at it. Will he be under pressure or not?
Back to the wheelchair racing. Women's 400 metres T53 and the first round. The opening heat features the reigning Paralympic, Asian, European champions, plus the 100 metres Pan Am champion. Lane 5 for Australia. Line 5 for Great Britain. This is Samantha Kinghorn, the reigning European champion over 100, 400 and 800 from Swansea in 2014. For China, this is Zhu Hongxuan, the reigning Asian and Paralympic champion. One gold in the 4 and the 8 at London 2012, silver in the 1, bronze in the 2. She's won 3 Paralympic medals in her career. Zhu also with 3 golds at the Asian Games in 2014. Hamidi Kurtz of Turkey is in lane 4, Kinghorn of Britain in 5, DuPont in 6, Lewis 7, Riley 8, and away we go. And it's the first 3 to qualify for the final, along with the next 2 fastest. Zhao, great pedigree, so many world titles to her name in her career, 4 in total. She's the reigning 1500 metres world champion and going brilliantly in lane 3 at the moment, has just overtaken Kurt on her outside. Kinghorn going well in 5 also. Shirley Riley of the United States in lane 8, the reigning Paralympic marathon champion from London 2012, going brilliantly, born in Anchorage. Kinghorn beginning to fight back, but Zhu flying at the moment for China out of lane 3. 2006 in Assen, her first major championship medal, silver in the 1. Kurt going very well, the youngster from Turkey. Kinghorn for Britain and Riley for the United States. They're battling over the first 3 places, so Zhu will take it. Riley in 2nd, and Kurt is in 3rd, ahead of Kinghorn in 4th, who is still quite fast. DuPont 5th for Canada, and Jessica Cooper-Lewis, Bermuda's flag bearer at the opening ceremony for the 2nd Paralympics in a row, was in 6th place. And the winning time, 55.42. Zhu takes it ahead of Riley 2nd and Kurt in 3rd.
55.42 is a personal best for Zhu Hongjuan. And she's making quite a statement there. She won that impressively. Certainly well drawn in lane 3 to keep an eye on the field. Pushed away hard and was soon up alongside Kurt and then Kinghorn. And by the time she got to the home straight, the business had been done. Just a question of how much and what was the time. Great finish down the outside from Shirley Riley of the United States. And then it was Kurt just tipping out Kinghorn for the 3rd position. First 3 to go through and the next 2 fastest. But Zhu, well, this is a rather imposing victory.
Well, she certainly has imposed herself on the field there. 55.42 is a very good time, the Paralympic record. 8 years ago from Jessica Gallia's 54.88. The world record in this was set this year, but we'll have a bit more about that anon. Zhu looking quite composed, got the win. 55.42, the winning time for Zhu Hongjuan. Shirley Riley 2nd for the United States, and Hamida Kurt 3rd for Turkey. Samantha Kinghorn in 4th for Great Britain. We'll have to wait. That's a good time. A lifetime best in 6th for Jessica Cooper-Lewis of Bermuda.
Getting towards the end of the competition in the men's long jump. Chen Mingyu of China has put out a 7:01 in round 5. This is his last attempt. Again out towards 7 meters. So a 7:01, just under his personal best of 7:09. Ooh, I think he's all right. Certainly had most of his foot, if not all, in the takeoff area. Yes, he did, and he's come in with exactly 7 meters for his final attempt, so that leaves him just out of the medal. So ultimately disappointment for him with a 4th place, but a very consistent competition again from Chen Mingyu, the 21-year-old from Beijing. Now Xiahe Berduku, 5th at the moment, trying to make his way into the medals. Oh no, he just runs through the pit. Lost the feel of it. So that's a disappointing last attempt from Berduku. At a best of 6:98, that is a personal best. By 22 centimetres, if you don't mind. So he's had a heck of a day, just not the finish he was looking for. So only a few to come in the competition. We've still got Saliev of Uzbekistan, Aliyev of Azerbaijan, and South Africa's Langenhoven. First up, Doniyor Saliev. has a personal best here, 7:04, beat his previous by 2 centimetres. He's ready. Oh no, Saliev as well. What's happened here? Our last two competitors wasting their final opportunity to lift their position. Well, Saliev can do no worse than third now. He's got that locked away, but that's all it will be as he fouls with his last. Well, it's easily done in the long jump. The run-up has to be just so. So it's a contest in two. Kamil Aliev of Azerbaijan and then Hilton Langenhoven of South Africa. Aliev jumped 7:05 in round 2 and again in 3. Jumped 7:13 to win the gold medal at the World Championships last year. Here he goes. Kamil Aliev. Oh, again. What's going on here? And that means that Langenhoven has got the gold medal. He hasn't really been issued a serious challenge. I think he's got a strain, perhaps. Kamil Aliev, distraught. I think there's an injury. Yep, for sure. And it's only a guess on my part, but I think he's got an adductor injury or a groin strain of some sort. Well, how about that? There are different ways to win, and he's got it won before his last jump. So, all the pressure off Hilton Langenhoven. Gold in Beijing, silver in Athens. Twice been a world champion in the long jump. Here he goes. Langenhoven for fun and for gold. Oh, that's all right. He had it won before he took off. Well, it's like coming down the 18th with a 10-stroke lead. You cannot be beaten. And Langenhoven, a wonderful moment for him. Congratulates his fellow competitors. You know, as a child with albinism, he suffered a lot of discrimination and bullying. Well, here he is, a Paralympic champion. He's found his way to make his statement in the world.
Women's 400 metres T53, the second heat, world champion Angie Ballard of Australia is in this. The Pan Am champion Chelsea McClammer, the former world champion and the 100-metre Paralympic champion from this week, Wang Lisha of China. This is she. Reigning world champion over the 100 and the 4x4, and the Asian Games champion over 1 and 2. And looking for another double, having won the 1 and 2 at London 2012. Catherine de Brunner is on her outside in lane 8 for Switzerland. Here is Angie Ballard. She's already picked up a mascot here and a bronze medal in the 100 metres. World champion in the 2 and the 4. Silvers in the 2 and the 4 at London 2012. It's Ballard in 2, McClammer 3, Nakayama 4, Lefebvre 5, Asset 6, Wang 7, de Brunner in lane 8. Top 3 and the next 2 to go through. And they're away. Good start by Wang Lisha in 7. Catherine de Brunner of Switzerland outside her in 8, but Wang Lisha accelerating. Angie Ballard going well in 2, just catching up with Chelsea McClammer. Remember, is the Pan American champion anyway, but Angie Ballard, the world record holder, set that in Indianapolis in June. 54.69, and she's flying out of lane 2 at the moment. It's on the inside and the outside where it's all happening. Ballard in 2, Huang in 7. Little bit of a fight back coming. After the Turkey not going too badly either. But Angie Ballard doing brilliantly on the inside. De Bruyne being left behind. It's just the top two who will make it automatically. McLaren beginning to fight back in 3. But it's Angie Ballard out of lane 2. Huang Lisha and McLaren, the 3 will go through. Ballard with a bit of a race in her hands now because McLaren is coming fast. It's Ballard, McLaren, Huang, 55-26. And they're the 3 to go through. Big gap between them and the rest. Angie Ballard had Chelsea McLaren for company in the end, but held on nicely as Zeynep Basset crosses the line for Turkey. Ballard wins 55-26.
Angie Ballard, if we have another look at how this race unfolded, got away quite well. She's not the quickest of starters. That's why the 2 and the 400 tend to be her better races. But she really set this up in the middle stages. Was up alongside McClammer and Nakayama in lanes 3 and 4 quite quickly. Came around into the home straight. Maybe spent a little bit too much petrol in the middle 200 because McClammer started to catch her. But such was Ballard's lead. She was able to see it home safely. Then McClammer, and out wide Huang Lisha. Excellent race from the Chinese competitor. Well outside Ballard's own world record. With a 55-26. Interesting race. She did fade a little bit, or was she just saving something? Hard to tell. And even if we asked her, she may not tell us the full story. But she's certainly pushing hard here. Great finish from Chelsea McClammer. Found some extra knots coming down the home straight. And just easing off the wheel, in fact, was Ballard, but she was at top speed, I think, coasting over.
Yeah, really brilliant athlete, Angie Ballard. Her specialties coming 800 and lower, though she is the reigning Commonwealth Games 1500 meters champion. Good strides from Ballard. Not quite sure it was the full 100% performance from her. She'll save that for the final in lots of events as well. If she wins it, the world record holder. Lifetime best in 2nd, 3rd and 4th as well. Good day for the crowd. Track action done for the morning session. Few victory ceremonies to come. Well, it's been the best crowds we've had. The entire bottom tier full of the engine now. The entire top tier, the stand behind the line. Maybe 20-25,000 in today.
Well, here he is, our long jump winner, Hilton Langenhoven. We've had all sorts of interesting, intriguing action in the long jump pit. We've had a couple of events won by the very last jump. Langenhoven, all the pressure was off for his last. And his jump out of the pit was nearly as good as his one into it. So Langenhoven has now won this event at the Paralympics twice, and he's also a double gold winner at the World Championships. Actually won 3 gold medals in Beijing. And the long jump amongst it. Silver in Athens. So Langenhoven, 7:07. It's a skinny win, 2 centimeters. Aliyev and Saliev of Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan could not contribute in round 6. Stepped through the pit, but they do pick up the silver and bronze medals.
It's 10 centimeters there between the top 6. It's a brilliant event.
A few clouds drifting across the engine now. We're not in direct sunshine at the moment, but my goodness, it's been a great morning. top competition, world records again. Some Brazilian performances to savour. And the women's shot put F54 victory ceremony about to get underway. Fadila Nafati of Tunisia and Hania Aide, her teammate. And the ultimate victor, Yang Liwan of China. Yang Liwan was the defending Paralympic champion and current world champion, current world record holder. And she nearly beat that world record today. Fadila Nafati Fufa is a nickname, the 28-year-old from Tunis, making a second appearance at the Paralympics, 7th in London, and a bronze medal here after being 4th in the World Championships in 2013. So she's a top 5 shot putter in this F54 event. Had a best today of 6:38. Hania Aide, 6:86. Her best throw today. 4th in Beijing. 5th in London. And finally, amongst the medals at the Paralympics, yes. No wonder she's delighted, the 38-year-old, to be on the podium today. Gets the silver-haired Tom Mascot as a silver medalist. Yang Liwan, 38 years of age, set a world record in April this year, 7 meters 90 in Beijing. Today she was just 1 centimetre short of that, but it was a Paralympic record, which she held from London 4 years ago. It was 7 meters 50. Well, that's well and truly gone. She's just getting better and better. Well, there wasn't much doubt about this one. Yang Liwan took it by a metre. Women's shot put, F54, gold to China, silver and bronze to Tunisia. It's a bit of stage management, if you will, as they escorted off the podium the correct way. Just confirming the results of that second heat in the women's 400 T53 with Angie Ballard, McClammer, Huang all qualifying. And through to the final, these competitors. De Bruyne there of Switzerland, the last to get in 57.57. Another victory ceremony now, the women's shot put F20. This event, reminding you, is athletes with an intellectual impairment. And this an event, when it's on the program, has been dominated by our winner today, Eva Derska. Well, a great moment for the 19-year-old from Wrexham, Sabrina Fortune. A personal best of 12.94. Previous best of 12.76. So she's another to arrive at the important stage and bring a new best performance. And she likes the look of that mascot, I think. And the bronze medal that comes with it. Anastasia Michnik, a 13.24 was her best today. That came in round 3. She was second 4 years ago and must settle for silver again. But looks well proud of her efforts and well pleased. Great to see.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Poland.
Medalha de ouro, campeã paralímpica, representando a Polônia,
Eva Derska.
Eva Derska. Well, how does one describe this long and successful career? She first won this event, Sydney 2000, a world champion 4 times. She won in London and she's won in Rio. And 13.94, a new world record by a couple of centimetres. What's left to do? Well, and certainly enjoy this moment for a start. Ivadovska enjoying it one more time. Victory was convincing for the Polish shot putter ahead of Ukraine and Great Britain. Women's shot put F20. Poland, Ukraine and Great Britain, gold, silver and bronze. Women's shot put F20. There's a look at the action from the F20 women's shot put. Sabrina Fortune. First attempt of 12:33 was a good one. Fortune with a personal best of 12:76. So this is a mighty throw from her. And I think she knew it. Well past 12 metres. And 12:94, a new PB, and into third place for Fortune. Mijnik. And throwing in the 12s through the first 3 rounds. Silver medalist from London, trying to challenge Ivadovska. Mijnik. That looks good. Over 13 metres. And for Mijnik, the best in this competition of 13:24, coming with her third attempt. So pretty pleased with that. Got her into silver medal position. But the defending champion, Ivadovska, is always looking the one to beat. Four-time world champion, defending Paralympic champion, and getting it out towards 14 metres. Plenty of power behind this one. And Dushka, a 13:94 to beat the old world record by 2 centimetres. And to put herself in gold medal position. So it was Poland, Ukraine and Great Britain in the women's shot put F20 final. Women's shot put, F54. It's a seated class shot put. And Fadila Nefati of Tunisia. And Nefati with the best of 6:38. And fellow Tunisian Hania Aidi, who's fourth 2008, fifth in London. Has a best of 7:11. Today, 6:86 in the first round, proving to be her best throw. Young Li Wan, world record holder, defending Paralympic champion, world champion. Sits very tall in the chair. Sets a Paralympic record of 7:89. And takes the gold medal for China. Yang Li Wan, 7:89, over a metre back to Hania Aidi and then Fadila Nafeti of Tunisia. Men's discus, F56. Ruzidi of Bulgaria. This competition is continuing. At the moment, it's led by Batista dos Santos of Brazil. So Rushdie pushing it out towards 40 metres. On a 37-1-3 with his fifth attempt. Handed the disc one last time.
It's an event which takes a long time to complete. All of the throwers get their first three throws at once. Takes a while for them to be seated in and strapped in. Then they come back later in the competition for their final three throws, the top 8.
Rushdie with a 39.81 in round 3. That proving to be his best of the competition.
Paralympic record for him. For his category, which is F55, there are a few different throwing categories in this, all the way up from 55 to 56.
38.04 correction, the best for Rushdie. Ibrahim at a 39.81 in third round. That was his distance, not Rushdie's. So Ibrahim, 9th in the London Games, 5th in Doha, 6th in Lyon at the last couple of World Championships. Has a best of 41.51. Little toss of the discus. Now he's right. And that one is out of the sector, so that's a no throw for Ibrahim. Batista dos Santos of Brazil. Set the mark pretty early in round 2 with it out over 45 meters. It's been pretty much unchallenged. Ibrahim. And again, can't control the direction, so that one won't be measured either. So a couple wasted there for Ibrahim of Egypt, a 42-year-old thrower. Now Batista dos Santos. And he's having no trouble throwing past 40 meters in this competition. Started with 42. Then 45 and 44. And a 45.33 Paralympic record. And winner of the discus throw, F56, Vladimir Batista dos Santos from São José do Rio Preto. He was 4th 4 years ago, 2nd in Doha, and takes this one in Rio. The result then, Batista dos Santos of Brazil, a gold medal in the men's discus F56. Galay of Iran and Diaz of Cuba, silver and bronze.
Been another excellent day's action, and we're only halfway through day 3 of the Rio 2016 Paralympic Athletics. And best crowds of the week. It was very, very gratifying.
Another fantastic session at the engine now. World records continue to tumble in both track and field. And we're looking forward to more finals in these 2016 Rio Paralympic Games. I don't think there's any doubt that we're going to see more stellar performances, more gold coming the way of the host nation, and lots of great stories being told. Hope you can join us again soon at the engine hour.